14-year-old boy in Aurora, Colorado named Jordell Richardson. He was fatally shot by police at the beginning of the month on June 1st. That's while he was allegedly fleeing a scene from a convenience store robbery. Now, the police officers did catch up with him and they released this body cam footage of what is that went down. Because as we know, many times we'll hear from the cops who won't necessarily know what it is that happened. So maybe this will clear things up. But before we get to that video though, let's go through a few of the points here that stuck out here. So according to the Aurora Police Department, Jordell threatened the store clerk in what looked like a firearm as they were stealing things, vape canisters from this one particular convenience store as a group of kids. He was 14 again. And clips of the body cam footage show Officer Roach Gruzeska and Officer James Snap approaching, and that prompted the group to flee. Some of them also escaped in a vehicle previously reported stolen, while others tried to make a run for it. Richardson was the one that tried to run. Officer Gruzeska tells his partner, they just shoplifted out of here. I'm gonna light them up. That could mean shooting, that could be turning on your flashes. We've heard it before, but as you can see what we're gonna see in a second, it was the first. 2 officers shot Richardson wearing a white hoodie and a medical mask outside of the store. He runs from the officers and they chase him into a nearby alleyway where they tackle and shoot him within a matter of seconds. And as the other officer catches up to him, there's a bit of a physical altercation with Jordell, and the teen's hand was, as they say, quote, in the vicinity of his waistband. That's according to the police chief as well. And as he's on the ground, again, we're gonna watch this in a second. As he's on the ground, Jordell can be heard saying, stop, please. There's a very important part about this. Stop, please, you got me. And as Gruzeska can be heard yelling, gun, gun, let go of the effing gun. I'm gonna shoot your ass. Dude, I'm gonna shoot you. Then seconds later, that single gunshot can be heard. So of course, the family also wanted the sections of this video blurred because of the graphic nature, so be warned about that as we watch.
Get on the ground, you idiot! No! Here, grab me! No! Bro, I'm sorry. I'm done. Help me take you to the hospital, please.
Do you have the gun?
Get it.
You have the gun.
Get it. I can't breathe out. Get off me. Grab me. Here, get off him, please. You take me to the hospital, please?
Get off the radio. Shots fired just east behind the restaurant. Give me medical fast. Cops code 4, suspect shot in the stomach. Stay with me, bud. Hold on, okay? Let's cuff him.
They made me do it.
Huh?
I don't know what they were. They made me do it.
Okay.
Really hard video to watch there. As of course later on, Jordell then passed away at the hospital. But also, if you couldn't hear from a point after he was shot, there was one line where he said, they made me do it. Quote, they made me do it. I don't know who they were, but they made me do it. The officers attempted to save his life with some life-saving measures afterwards. Obviously that failed. And also that weapon at his waistband that appeared to be a gun turned out to be a pellet gun made to look like a real handgun. And I don't know who the they was or the maid, but that was some of the last things that he was mentioning to the cops. There's more on this though, you guys, with the Aurora Police Department and the way they've responded. But your thoughts about this tragic looking story here?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'll just say I have a 14-year-old boy, and it was really hard to watch that, and it's just tragic. I mean, the fact that I've always been someone. I've never been a proponent of guns, and I've always been about we need gun control and all that, and I know that was a pellet gun. But it's just heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking because again, also from the police side, I've never been a cop, but I mean, you see the action that's happening. I have no idea how long they have to make that decision, and I know that hopefully cops get trained in de-escalating situations. But it's just heartbreaking. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
It always seems like it's shoot first, ask questions later. And that's very much what our law enforcement here in the United States practices. And unfortunately, it often practices that certain lives are worth less than others. And it's often the time that it's a Black person on the receiving end of a bullet. And it's tiring and it's exhausting. And also the presumed criminality that gets attached to your very existence. it just, I hate to feel like I am becoming jaded, but it just feels like this is standard operating procedure all the time.
It always seems to be what it is that we see, but then also we'll get there's voices that'll say, don't do the crime, you can't do the time. That's the line. It's not about getting shot on the spot, it's about doing the time. And also I'm sure they couldn't tell the kid's 14 years old, we can take a shot of what Jordell used to, an old photo of him, who Jordell was, but also the investigative part of once you already caught up with him. Maybe there's many times you could have assumed he's reaching for his waistband. And again, it's the heat of the moment, it's all fast, I'm sure many people are talking about, but let's go back to the original process here. It was over some vapes. We did a story before of a guy at Walmart. He had his receipt and they tackled him on the ground over a frozen pizza, which he did actually pay for, assaulted him in that manner. A lot of times, if we assess what it is that they're trying to stop from happening, you can maybe understand where even if the fearful nature of maybe someone that's a police officer and working at the time, you don't want to be in that situation either. And then if you go and tackle someone, I'm not sure how they believe someone can pull something out of their waistband and get an active shot at them if they're already laying on top of them. I don't know what kind of training is a part of pinning someone down, tackling and all that. And again, I get the fear factor of this and not sure if you're gonna make it out of this particular altercation alive. I understand all of that. There's a level and portion of society that needs to understand there's some things that we can assess differently. And this is probably gonna go to the lines of he was pulling off a crime, whoever made him do it, if we believe what he said, it's still a crime. And now we've have a devastated family, which I wanna read his mother's quote talking about what it is that she did. She addressed the crowd at the Aurora Municipal Building and said this. She said, to know that the police didn't even try to think twice, that he was a child, he's human, people make mistakes. They didn't give him a chance to redeem himself. So that'll be the story that she has to continue to live over and over again for the rest of her life as well. Also, by the way, the Aurora Police Department is under a consent decree to improve their practices because after several reports released the past few years showed that they have a pattern of particular biased policing and profiling. We see that all times as well. Police are an extension of society. Things that many of us believe about certain members of society from whatever realm we believe it in, these guys just put on a badge, clock in, put the gun in the holster, and they don't release those thought processes just because they go and jump in the squad car. It's a societal problem as well.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.